Hello everyone. Thank you all for those that came back. We are about to make these steaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm using for my seasoning. I'm using the Weber steak and chop seasoning. So for those that are coming on, you can let them know. I'm gonna go ahead and get them seasoned because I got my pot going and it's already on. I got me some butter and oil in my pan. And I'm only going to use this. This is like it has salt, pepper, garlic, all of that goodness. Definitely garlic. I can smell it and it smells really good. So I'm going to get those seasoned on each side. And we're going to get them on into the skillet, okay? And I'll bring you all over. All right, we're just gonna do this other side and I'll bring you all over. Oh, that's a perfect combination. Smells so good. So there are those ribeye steaks, boneless ribeyes. I'm gonna put y'all here for just a moment. And again, if you're just coming on, I'm using the Weber steak and chop seasoning. Steak and chop, okay? Now, I'm only gonna cook these for a few moments on each side, you all. And then we're gonna make a nice gravy. Hey, Aisha. Somebody said they were smelling the greens. They're right here. Thank you, Gina. I'll show y'all those greens again. Hey, John. Thank you, Yolanda. Okay. So I'm going to let them go a little bit more because we want them to have a nice browning on each side. Again, these are the boneless ribeyes, so they're a nice tender cut of meat. You don't have to worry about them getting tough. And really, if you just don't cook them too much, you'll be great to go. Priscilla said I use that too. Hi, Miss Holland. These are boneless ribeyes, Lisa. They're my favorite too. I used to love the T-bone. Was it the T-bone? Yeah, it was the T-bone. I used to love, love, love. And then, honey, I started eating these ribeyes. And they just kind of took over. So I still like a good T-bone, but the ribeyes are my favorite. They have like that perfect combination of fat. I love them too. And these are small. They're not too big. Hi, Stanley. Sherry says I love ribeye steak. I don't like T-bone as much. Yeah, I used to love those T-bones. Crystal, I got these from Winn-Dixie. And I just happened to catch a good sale this morning. These are really small, as you can see. The rest of them are really big, honey. And I just grabbed these little small ones. We're going to get ready to take these out, you all. We're going to caramelize some onions and some peppers, and then we're going to make our gravy, and I'll be able to serve everything for the kids. Hello, Josh from Louisville, Kentucky. Sherry, that's butter and a little olive oil. Butter and olive oil. In the skillet. Butter and olive oil. Oh, I'm sorry, Crystal. Somebody said they still have Winn-Dixie. Yes, in the South. In the South, they do. All right, I'm about to take these out. I'm not going to let them get all the way done. Let's give them one more minute. And I'm going to take those out. I do not want them all the way done. Evangelist, I did a whole live, honey, showing what I put in the collard green. I can't remember everything right now besides onions, peppers, and my seasoning. All right, we're going to get ready to take those out. Give you one more close-up on those steaks before we take them out. I'm cooking them on a number 8. And yes, I cook them room temperature. I don't cook them cold. So that they can cook evenly. Y'all look at those steaks. Look at that, honey. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and add in our mushroom and our peppers. I'm adding a little bit more of my oil for sure, or my butter. We're gonna turn the stove down just a little bit. We want all those drippings from our meat. We're gonna use it, honey, to our advantage. So let's go ahead and grab that. Let's add in some mushroom. And let's add in some onion, okay? And let me grab one of these. And this is just fresh mushroom and fresh onion, that's all. So we're gonna saute that a little bit. Hey, Alexis. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Kia. Crystal says she loves steak. Hey, Bonnie. Thank you, Rita. Yes, Pam, I use Weber. So we're using our onions and our mushrooms to like soak up all of that goodness from when we were cooking that steak, honey. So it's soaking up that flavor and all of that. And it just smells so amazing. Hey, Ron from Batesville, Arkansas. Thank you, Susan. I can almost smell those ribeye steaks. You can. Hey, Andrea. Thank you for the stars. All right, if you're just coming on, here are those steaks. Now, they are not done all the way. But we're about to make a nice gravy, honey. A nice hearty gravy. Alexis, I did not cook them long. I probably cooked them for a couple of minutes on each side. But once my mushrooms and my onions get nice and soft, we're going to make a gravy. And it's just about ready. It's just about ready. Thank you for the stars, Miss Reeves. Thank you, Miss Hall. Miss Smith said, looks delicious. You can smell it. You really can. When you know how them onions and the mushrooms smell, you really can smell that. Miss Snowden said, I can smell it. Hey, Lisa. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Lisa Collins. So we have Miss Lisa Bedingfield and Miss Lisa Collins. Hey, Misty. Thank you, dear. She said, I'll use rubber too, but I'm not a steak lover. You can use it on your chicken. Hey, Bonita. You can use it on your chicken. Okay. So now we're about to make the gravy. So I'm just kind of looking at my liquid in my pot. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of my butter. What's wrong? Let me see. Now you go back in there. Go. Okay, here. Go with your auntie. Take her back. I was on the phone. So it took me a while. I'm sorry.
Wait, what are you cooking again?
The steak with the gravy. Your steak's right there. See? I'm making a gravy to go with it. Looks good? Girl, those steaks. Okay, Mama. But take her with you. Take her around that way. Give her a Capri Sun. Hey, dear. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and make a gravy now. With the gravy, you need enough moisture in your skillet, or you can make your gravy with just water with your flour and things like that. But I'm going to add my flour into my pan. So I added a little bit more of my butter. And now I'm just going to add in some of my flour, okay? And you just want to make sure it's nice and moistened, okay? So I just like to add a little bit at a time. I'm going to add a little bit more. My butter. Girl, I'm going to need you to take that out of here while I'm on live. Y'all take it with you. All right, y'all, I'm just getting some water. Go ahead, Bella Boo. You did what, baby? You did what? Yeah, you about to eat. But take that with you, okay? I'm just stirring in some water, you all. Baby, take that with you. Take your Capri Sun with you. All right, so now we're just adding in some water. Go ahead, Fat Mom. And I'm going to add in some of my my beef base for flavor. Okay, bye-bye. Go ahead. You see Grandma on live, girl. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. Maybe a little more. Now, with your gravy, you can always thicken it up or thin it out. It depends on how you want it. I like mine to have a thicker flavor. I mean, a darker color, excuse me. So I'm going to add some of my brown gravy sauce. Somebody mentioned something about that bouquet, what is it? Kitchen bouquet or something. I don't use that. It has a flavor to it. I don't like that. So I don't want anything that's going to add a flavor to my gravy like that. That's darkening it. Because some of that stuff, it has its own flavor. That's why I don't use that. I want to say it's kitchen bouquet or something like that. But no, that's why I don't use it. I did try it and it has its own flavor. All right, let me see. I'm gonna see how thick this is gonna be. Looks like it's pretty good right now, but I need to watch it for a minute. Let me put this flour back. And I'm gonna turn it down some. Because you won't know until you kind of wash it for a minute with your gravy. So either it thickens up or it's the way it's going to be. But y'all know how it is when you make gravy. Just got to kind of give it a minute to let it kind of settle before you know how it's going to be. And I'm going to get a spoon to taste it. Child, it's been so long since I could taste stuff on live. Y'all been wondering why I haven't been tasting stuff. It's been so long since I could. Let's see. Okay. Now it has a very good base flavor. It needs some salt. I ain't even gonna lie, I need just some salt, but the flavor is there. The beef, you can taste the flavors from the steak in that gravy. That's really good. You know what it reminds me of? Those of you who fry chicken, and you know how you take your chicken out the skillet and you use some of that oil to make your gravy. That's exactly what that reminds me of. That all that residue, it comes together and makes this unique type of gravy. And only those who do that like that know what I'm talking about. So if you don't make yours like that, you don't want to know. You won't know what I'm saying. But it literally tastes like that, like a steak gravy. Man, that tastes so good. So let me show y'all up close so y'all can see how thick it is. So it's not too thin. Just all depends on what you like and how thick you want it to be. But the mushrooms and the onions are nice and soft. They're tender. And that flavor is just there in that pot. Yeah, the Lipton mix is good too if you want that flavor. Absolutely. If you want to make an onion flavor with that Lipton, you surely can do that. Wait a minute, somebody said something about the weight. That looks like it's going to be that 60 weight gravy. I make that when I cook rabbit. Oh, Gregory. Okay now. Bella, why are you in here jumping around? She wants steak. You can't get the steak yet, baby. Go back that way. Here. Let me give you here. Let me give you another one of these. Come here. Listen. Grandma's almost done, I promise. Okay? Here, take this. And go back there with your auntie. All right, y'all. Let me turn this down. And we're going to take these steaks. Where's my fork? And I only cook these steaks so they're about medium. Okay? So we're going to pour all that juice in there from the steaks. Oh, yes. And you can kind of tell. See, you see how when I took them out, they were still cooking. So now they're about medium well. That's why I can't do a well done steak, because once you take it off and it's well done, it's still cooking. That's why you end up with a tough steak. And I cannot do tough steak. I just cannot. It ruins the whole experience. So these will only need a few moments in this gravy, because it's going to continue to cook. But y'all gotta see this up close, honey. Y'all see that? So we're just gonna give them a few minutes in that gravy. And we made it together. We just made this mushroom and this onion gravy together. Okay. So let's look at this, because it's trying to cook a little. These are my greens that I made on live earlier. So if you missed that live, you'll have to go back. And we did it all together. These are fresh collard greens. I showed you all how I seasoned them. I use a smoked neck bone for the seasoning. We did some red bell pepper, some onion, some different types of onions in there. Really good. Okay, and you can make those greens without meat. You don't have to have the smoked meat. I make mine both ways, with and without meat. So that's what we made these on live earlier. And then I also made a rice. And the rice is right here. So I'm going to make a plate in just a minute. That's jasmine rice. I always use jasmine rice. And what I'll do is in a few minutes, I'll post the finished product. So you all just, thank you for hopping on. Just give me just a few minutes and I will post you all a finished product picture. I'm gonna let these steaks just cook about maybe 10 minutes, if that, on a low. We don't do breads, Rosa. I know people always ask about breads and biscuits and cornbread, girl. We don't eat like that. I told you I'd be trying to keep us a small back over here. I don't do a lot of breads. I don't do a lot of breads at all. So if my kids want breads, they let me know, but they never say anything. So, but I will post the finished product, and you can definitely add breads to this meal if you'd like to, if bread is your thing. And so other than that, you all, we start at midnight tonight. If you are on the weight loss challenge, make sure as of midnight that you are, you know, making sure whatever you're doing, whatever your commitment is going to be for the next 21 days, please keep in mind at midnight. Rosa says she needs a plate. Oh, Miss Rose. So either way it go, that's why I'm having my little rice and gravy, because I'm not going to be eating that for the next 21 days. Thank you, Austin. It's so serious, Crystal. I know it sounds funny, but I'm so serious. So serious. So, but I'll post a picture for you all so you all can see it. But you add what you want and take away what you don't want, okay? This is a simple meal. All you need is your steak, your meat of choice. Make some rice. You saw me make the gravy, and you saw how I made the collard greens. So you can do that with cabbage or any type of green. Hey, Gloria. Thank you, Miss Lane. Thank you, Linda. Nope, no cornbread for us. But definitely make you some, have you some white bread, whatever you want. So I'll post the finished product shortly, and that will be it. And I'll see the rest of you all in the morning at 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm on Central Standard, Miss Williams. 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll see you all in the morning for our devotion. And you all have a wonderful, amazing rest of your day.